everyone. Wait, let me get ready. Because it's going to be a serious one today. So we are 5 videos old and have shared with you a lot of home decor ideas already. Now I need to share with you some serious information. By the way, have you watched the previous videos? If not, go back after this one and watch all of them. A lot of my clients are people who have just got or are about to get the possession of their flats or villas in their respective societies. It hurts me to learn that there is no proper information available out there to help people budget well for their interiors. Whether you have a small budget, a fairly high budget, or a very high budget for your interiors, planning how to spend that well is extremely important. So I'm going to speak about this in 2 videos. This being the first one will give you a fair idea of all the elements that you need to consider while you plan your expenses. In the second one, I'll speak about the price range for each of the elements and what percentage you should keep aside for which section of the house. It is really important for you to watch this video till the end.
Watching Decor Anthem.
So to start with, let's consider that you have a bare shell house or a flat or a villa and you need to convert that into your dream home. So the first thing that comes up is structural changes. Dude, I'm a layman. I don't know what structural changes are. I'll most probably do what people in the Bajuwala flat have done. That is the reason I'm making this video, for friends like you. Structural changes include electrical changes. Your builder tells you that here you should anchor your TV, but what if you do not want it there? So now the power supply and the connection has to shift to the wall where you now want to anchor your TV. Similarly for the ACs, if you wish to change the regular setup and supply given by the builder, you need to take permissions, have core cutting and chipping done, and then you can shift your ACs to the places where you want them to be. Also, if you need to have additional power supply points, beside your beds or for additional lamps wherever you need them at specific locations, you need to have a list of all these things ready. B, plumbing requirements. So whether you want to have advanced features in your washrooms or you wish to change the regular setup given by the builder, you need to plan that right at the start of the process. 2, grills and window meshes. So in most cases, the builder doesn't give you that. If you want those facilities for functionality or security purposes, you need to add those to your list of expenses too. Third is false ceilings. Now I do not really recommend very hefty designs for false ceilings because less is more, minimalism is the key. So having a sober design and basic decent lighting is what I would recommend. Probably one of the areas could have advanced false ceiling features, but not the entire house. I would personally play more with the hanging lamps and floor lamps in the house. Also B, you are paying more to reduce the height of your flat. How it works is, first you have the base layer and the second layer for the design comes after it. So with each of those layers, you're reducing the height furthermore, and that is not a wise option in my opinion. The fourth thing that comes up is woodwork or carpentry job that your house requires. for your kitchens, for your wardrobes, for storage units, for work tables, for crockery units, etc. All of these can be custom made by various factories or can be accomplished by having a carpenter's team at your site or having a mixed arrangement of both. I personally prefer having mix of both worlds. Number 5 is paints and wallpapers. Key to beautiful homes, how can we forget these? So choose the walls that you need to get wallpapers on. You need to get the entire house painted except these walls now. 6th is furniture. Your beds, your dining tables, sofas, seating wherever you require, coffee tables, end tables. Make a list of everything that you want or need in the house. Browse through or view the umpteen number of items that are available online or in the market and shortlist everything section wise. 7th, electronics and electricals. TVs, music systems, projectors. Hey, not over yet. Your chimneys, microwave, OTG, fans, ACs. Now these things are very subjective. You can opt for a huge range of brands in each of these, but just make a list of everything you need well in advance. Hooray, it's over here, yeah? No, that is what you think. Furniture bought, it's done. And later when you shift in the house, you feel the soul is still missing. Why doesn't it look like the home I dreamt of? Because 8, furnishings. Curtains, blinds, mattresses, rugs or carpets, throws, table runners, dispensers, all of these make a huge difference in the appearance of your house, and you need to take out a decent budget for all of these too. Balconies. All of us love beautiful balconies, but have you thought what you need in your balcony? Plants and basic seating is what you need to account for minimally. 9. Artifacts or decor and plants. Your walls, corners, tabletops are still all going to be empty even after you bring all of the said things. Collect inspiring images, think of each section of your house individually, and as for everything else, make a list of things that you would like to see in your house. Now your list ends. Ever thought that deep? No? You definitely should.
Here is the summary of all the elements I spoke about.
Now, what is the right budget for all of these elements is what I'll talk about in my next video. I'm getting a lot of queries which I plan to cover in my upcoming videos, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Subscribe now. Efficient planning is the key to see your dream home in reality. Take very good care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.